What is the guys? This is Cobb, and we have a problem. God damn it. Welcome to Replay Submitted by Mr. Imperial, playing some giant specialist in this free-for-all matchup. And as you saw, man, round one is sell on a pack of sledgehammers. Oi, would you believe it? It's gonna be a War Factory spam strategy. Now, we've covered this before on the channel, and I don't know, man, the response to it was all, like, I almost felt, based on the comments on that video, like, wow, should I really even be uploading this? Is it even moral of me to be sharing this replay and showing this crazy kind of cracked out wacky strategy that's going to get people these cheesy wins in free-for-all? It's just not the way the game is meant to be played. And we're not talking about like taking a mobile beacon or something and flying around very slowly with a big pack of overlords and winning around that way, you know, because that's quite cheesy. You can do a similar thing with like phoenixes and stuff like that as well, and that's cheesy enough, but it's not like it's not like it's unfair. You're still playing the game in the way that it's meant to be played, you know, kind of poking your neighbors and doing huge mobile beacon plays is sort of just par for the course in free-for-all. But this strategy is different. This strategy is a little bit cracked out, a little bit whacked out, and that's why in this video, more than anything, I kind of want to focus in on what are the telltale signs of somebody doing this strategy in your lobby. And to be honest, it's quite obvious, and that's why I've decided in the end that, honestly, I don't think this is like a crazy immoral strategy or something. I don't think it's even that abusable. I think that you can spot this strategy coming from a mile away, and you can play around it. And so, yeah, that's what we're going to be focusing on in this video, man. So, already in this lobby, to be honest, if you are not playing as blue right now, you're every other player in the lobby, it's super early rounds. You can be kind of forgiven for not really scouting out too much what other players have going on, right? Except, dude, I didn't even notice this until just now, but check this out, dude. Imperial has already given up the game. He's already telling you here exactly what he is planning to do. Okay, he actually sold another of his acolytes on this far right side as well, so he sold off almost all of his starting units. He hasn't purchased anything. The phoenixes he only got from the unit drop round, so he didn't actually unlock phoenixes and buy those either. He just got those for free, and then he picks up quantum reassembly and range enhancement on the phoenixes. You already know, bro, that something extremely fishy is afoot at this point, if you're paying attention to your neighbors. And again, it's early days, right? You might not be doing that super early on in free-for-all, and that's okay, man. But by round 3 or round 4, you should kind of have your finger on the pulse a little bit more and be saying, okay, what is everybody else up to? Have we got somebody who's just rushing a crap load of carry marksmen? Am I going to have to plan around that a little bit? Do I have anybody who's spamming maybe a crap load of boats, air units, whatever, you know? And you can start to kind of plan around at least a little bit what your neighbors have got going on, so you don't just get run over. Let me just skip ahead to the end of this round. Okay, it's Yellow's marksmen that are going to go ahead and take the win against somebody else's carry phoenixes. But yeah, certainly by like round 3, best advice is just to scan what other folks are doing, you know? And Imperial right here, man, it's just extremely sus, right? Oh, he didn't actually sell the acolyte just yet, man. Sells the sledgehammers just now, so his total board is 3. If you haven't seen the strategy, by the way, just yet, oh my god, man. Welcome to the absolute cheese show that is Imperial's strat right here. Again, not the first play that we've covered doing this, but... and so all he's going to be doing, for anybody who's not familiar, is he's already unlocked the War Factory, man. Look at that. So he's ready, dude. Playing Giant Specialist, you know. He's just going to save money for the entire game, sell all of his units, okay? Maybe he'll hold on to the Phoenixes, actually. It doesn't have to, though, necessarily. And then he's just going to spam a crap load of War Factories in the later rounds of the game. And I guess have them producing Phoenixes, given that he's gone into those Phoenix techs. That's not always the case. The Phoenixes are a little bit of a dead giveaway here. And so it's really unforgivable that nobody is going to be ready for this. No one's going to be prepared to like counter this strategy. And that no one's looking at his board and knows exactly what's coming, you know? It's kind of unforgivable, man. But sometimes you won't even see the Phoenixes come down, you know? Maybe you'll miss those. They'll buy the techs and then sell the Phoenixes, and maybe you'll miss it, you know? Obviously, that's somewhat forgivable, but you can still see that they just have an empty deployment zone, you know? Right? It's a huge red flag, especially by round 3 or round 4. And so what do you want to do if you see somebody doing this? How do you actually counteract this, right? Well, there is no... how do I put it? there's no excuse really to not be able to counter this, in my opinion, right? If you've got any kind of carry marksman spam, okay, like over here on our left side, there's the middle acolyte sold, by the way, so I'm not going to pay too much attention to Imperial's deployment zone over on the side, but if you've got some carry marksman action going, like right here, dude, I swear to God, Blue is pretty well equipped to be able to counter what's going on over here. He has the Electromag shot tech available on his marksman. He has Elite Marksman ready to go. The only thing I would recommend he switches out here on these marksman units is just get rid of aerial specialization and go instead for quick reload. And quick reload marksman with just max upgrades in free-for-all can basically kill anything. I don't know why I'm watching this combat, by the way. This is actually no point, but quick reload marksman with Electromag, Elite Marksman, range. There is not much stuff that can actually compete with that in super late game free-for-all games. And it does especially well at countering this cheesy strat, right? The Electromag and the Marksman is going to make it so that the Phoenixes are not able to revive. It's going to disable the War Factories. They're going to massively outrange the War Factories and disable those as well. And so, yeah, Yellow could be dealing with this. He doesn't have the rapid reload, which is a bit sad, but he could totally take care of this, man. On the other side over here, we have Green. What's he got, man? Phoenixes. He's actually keeping them and he's somewhat building them out. He's not running Electromag on these. He's a bit less well equipped to take care of War Factories, man. Frankly, I think that the charge shot on his Phoenixes is just not a good tech pickup here for free-for-all. I just don't feel like it's too specific, you know? It's really good in 1v1. Situationally, but in free-for-all it's not the best. Why am I mentioning all of this stuff, by the way, that's unique to free-for-all? Because, of course, and again, if you're a new player, you're not going to, well, maybe you're not aware, actually, but you can actually set up tech loadouts on your units. Let me just skip ahead. There it is. Yellow takes another win. You can actually set up tech loadouts on your units that are unique to either standard or like 1v1 games and 2v2 games. And then you can set separate tech loadouts for free-for-all games. So there's really no excuse to not have like the really optimal setups in place to build some just incredible, powerful carry units that can deal with many different threats at once, right? That's why I feel like there's really an optimal tech loadout sequence for carry-style marksman in free-for-all. And for me, it does involve quick reload just to deal with unit spams and things like that, or War Factories that are mass-producing a lot of units. It helps them deal with those very nicely. You can do a similar thing with Phoenixes. Acid Scorpions, right? With range, siege mode, and acid. So they have just giga range and can just eviscerate an absolute War Factory spam. Of course, they're going to struggle to kill all of the smaller units, but that's another unit that you can kind of keep in mind to take care of just a huge War Factory drop like this. But it's round 5. There's like 2 Acolytes on the field and a pack of Phoenixes on blue side. Everybody in the lobby should know what's coming here. They all know what's coming. There's no excuse for it now, okay? Right? If it wasn't obvious already, they should know by now. Okay. We know what's coming here, right? This is the kind of strategy that you can only lose to once, and hopefully you don't lose it to it ever, you know, after watching this video, so that you can keep an eye out for it in free-for-all. Something else I want to point out as well is that, oh, look at this. Red actually does have both Scorpions and Marksman. He's running Assault Mode Marksman, which isn't ideal. I mean, it's hilarious, but it's not exactly ideal. But another thing that Red can do is run Acid on his Crawlers. And when it gets to, like, round 8, you know for a fact that the first War Factories are going to start to come down. Like 85% of the time, it's round 8 that the first 2 or 3 War Factories will get dropped. You can just place a whole bunch of Acid Crawlers on the backline of the guy who's doing the cheese strat right away on round 8. Just do it blind. It's going to put him in an extremely precarious position, right? And they almost always place the War Factories super far back because they're going to mobile beacon them out into Africa. They don't want the War Factories to actually go in and engage. You know, that's not part of the plan. It's not part of the strategy, right? Okay. Round ending once again. Anyways, man, I just wanted to cover all of that stuff before we actually get into the meat of the video. I might just skip ahead to like a round 7 or something here, to be honest, because let's be real. Imperial's just going to continue to sell all of his units off. He's currently saved up 4,500 supply. And the trick when you're running this strategy, if you want to run it yourself, is of course to not buy any of the War Factories too early, because then you're paying maintenance cost to keep the War Factories up and running, which of course isn't ideal. Yeah, I think I could probably just go ahead and skip around here, to be honest. skip ahead to around 7. Because, I mean, once again, we know exactly what's going to happen. Imperial's almost definitely going to skip again here. Oh, okay, he picks up Vulcan, is going to sell that. He's now at 6,000 supply. Ooh, he actually drops the War Factory around early. Interesting. Okay. So, hell, man, he would have Scooby-Dooed me just a little bit there, but there you go. Maybe you can afford to do this because he's already got the Phoenix techs unlocked, so he can actually drop these around early and just get them up and running. But there you go, man. He's going to triple recruit the War Factories. And here we go. Let's see if anybody at all is even approaching ready for this. Right, and there's the mobile beacon to wiggle them around a little bit. Because you don't actually want these guys to push in either. They also do have Phoenix production as well. I should point that out. Okay, do we have any... The Marksmen don't even have Elite Marksmen yet. Let alone Electromag on Yellow over here. Oh my god, bro. Okay, Yellow is not prepared. We do at least have Acid Scorpions over here. They don't have Siege Mod keyed in, but that's okay. The War Factories aren't on the field yet. But that said, these Scorpions, I mean, they're a mile away. They're on completely the other side of the map. That's not to say that Red over here couldn't sort of save the lobby from this situation. It would be a selfless act, albeit, but he could secure himself like a second place finish, at least, in this lobby by just smacking a Siege Scorpion here and a Siege Scorpion here, like next round. They don't need to get one shot off, and the War Factories will be kind of just roving around in the acid for a long, long time, and it could be enough to kill off a few of them. You only need to kill off like half of the factories for the player doing this strategy to not get enough points to like secure the round win. You know what I mean? But here we go, man. So the Phoenixes are starting to get pumped out. We got Mr. Imperial himself piloting one of these bad boys because these are the generals of the army, as it were. I want to point out he's still sitting on like 3,000 supply, even after spending really, really big last round. And okay, I think we can speed on through this a little bit. I'd be quite surprised if he actually wins this round. Then again, everyone is just kind of absolutely brutalizing each other, which is also part of the plan as well, right? You kind of want your opponents to just mulch one another, and then you're just kind of killing the dregs. You're just killing everything that remains, and everything that's sort of left over here. Ooh, look at the damage the steel balls actually just get it done over here. There's so many crawlers just underneath and in the exhaust pipes of those War Factories. I didn't even see that they were providing cover for steel balls. Wow, well there you go, man. Now we still have the self-reviving Phoenixes that are actually just going to peck down this melting point, which is pretty hilarious. And might actually give these Phoenixes the time and space they need to win this thing. Is we've got a bunch of marksmen here that are going to actually camp out and just park out in the acid for a sec, I think. No, they're not, man. We actually lose all of the Phoenixes, and the marksmen don't stop moving and don't fall to the acid. So, okay. Blue actually does not get to turn it around this round. Okay. Now, I know I've said this before. It's unforgivable that no one is already, like, thinking of how to counter this right now. It is triply unforgivable that nobody thinks to just do something about this right now, you know? They've seen the play made manifest. They know what's happening at this point. And so what are we even doing here? You know what I mean? Efficient maintenance comes out from Imperial. He picks up the high explosive ammo. I guess just to help take care of the crawler swarm strategy. That's popping off over there. Another 3 factories are going to hit the deck. Red. What's Red up to over here, man? Does he have crawlers? He doesn't have acid teched on his crawlers. Okay. So he just doesn't have the acid available, which is not ideal. He does have acid scorpions, though, on field already. He could just drop, like, an acid scorpion, like, right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't be in range of the factory. It's unlikely that the factory's going to move it. Yeah, the factory's going to move in towards the middle now, because, I mean, of course, Imperial's just trying to delay for as long as he can here and just mass produce as many. He's just building a command and conquer base. That's the way that we put it on this channel, right? He's just building a base. He's not trying to be mobile. He's just trying to stick around in the same area and let everybody else kill one another, dude. And let's see, man. Have they just done too much already to kind of facilitate this? The marksmen finally have elite marksmen over here, but still no electromag on these guys. Well, okay, here we go. This is going to be a little bit of a War Factory wiggle fest here in the middle as they kind of jostle to get past one another. I'm assuming they're also going to be picking up enhanced range as well, just to keep them extra safe from the steel balls and the like. And the high explosive ammo over here right now might make it so that the steel balls don't even make it to the factories over here. Which it looks like they don't. Okay, dude. This could be the big old victory round that Imperial was waiting for, man. He will eventually lose building. Oh, no, he won't, man. The factory's going to take care of those crawlers. We don't even lose the right side factory over here to the melting point. And now the Wasp Swarm is just getting pumped, dude. Look at these meager marksmen. Now, these marksmen could actually win this fight. I'm telling you, man. Electromag shot and quick reload. Little bit of chaff just to buy him a bit of time. These guys would mow down these Phoenixes and give them no ability to be reviving. Then they would drastically outrange the War Factories and Electromag them as well. It's a great counter to this strategy. To just have like the hyper carry marksman style layout. Even now, they're actually putting up a pretty decent fight, but without any way to sort of deny the Phoenix revive. The nest itself will live on. And there it is, man. Oh god, it's around a staggering amount of points here, dude. Let's see if anybody's going to go Electromag Marksman. Or do anything to our backline over here, or to our flanks, or whatever. In the earlier stages of this game. Now that they see what we're doing. Right? Imperial goes for a fortress. He's just going to sell that one off straight away. He's at 2,500 supply right now, bro. I mean, my god. It's probably better to get range on the War Factories. Okay, yeah, then buy like 2 more War Factories, right? Rather than buying 3 more. You just kind of want to keep what you've got as alive as possible, you know? But now the problem is, look! Like, if these other 2 War Factories go here... Ooh, they actually don't. I think that might be a slight mistake, but... no, even if you... With the War Factory range, you can't load a Scorpion into here, right? Because if this one doesn't get mobile beaconed, it's just going to turn around and kill the Scorpion anyway. So, like the further along this strategy gets, if you don't react to it instantly, it's kind of going to get away from you, you know? But, like, best case scenario, mate, you just run Crawler Acid and just have, like, crawlers here and just, like, dump a whole bunch of Acid Crawlers just everywhere on the back line as soon as the first, like, 2 or 3 factories go down in, like, one of the corners. And then you just kind of, you're just kind of just denying half of the map to folks that way. That can totally work. Can be a thing. I think the Acid Scorpions, though, is probably a better shout. Because they can load in much more safely. But here we go, man. I mean, look at the amount of Phoenix production coming out of this now. It might just be too late. Did anybody... Do you have Electromag Maximum here? We don't. Oh, God. Oh, man. I don't think there's any way of stopping this, bro. Typhoons don't even have anti-air over here. Just a static lobby where everybody is tunnel visioning. On their own deployment zone, you know? I've never actually faced this strategy myself, by the way, in free-for-all. That said, I don't actually play that much free-for-all these days, to be honest. I play mostly 1v1. Can't stand 2v2. Also don't have any friends to play with. Woe is me, you know what I'm saying? But oh my god, dude. Look at the amalgam of Phoenixes that is forming over the heads of these guys. The shadows of the Phoenixes blotting out the War Factories at this stage. They got a few more productions in them as well. Here comes another wave. Half the Phoenixes are going to veer off towards the galactic east, as it were. Factory's also going to split in 2 just a little bit, but what's even left on the map to take care of these guys? Dregs of an army. Nothing. Do these Maxmen have Electromag? They don't. Oh my god, dude. How is it possible to not have Electromag yet, dude? I mean, the Acid Scorpions, do they have Siege? They don't! Oh, for God's sake, bro. Like, Red might have actually stood... Like, he might have actually done something here, man. Red maybe could have actually put up a fight here towards the end. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, it's a long shot. They're very, very behind, right? But... Okay, man. Let's just go ahead and speed this along. Frankly, there's just way too many geeks on the map to take care of this. The acid goes down in this factory. Look how quickly this one factory died to 2 Phoenix. To 2 Scorpion shots, by the way. Scorpions, especially with Siege mode, would decimate this crap later on in the game. But the Phoenix pod is just too much, man. The Nerds over here are still just reviving against the Maxmen, surviving for so long. Bro, this is going to be a galactic like a victory of galactic proportions here. Oh. Ooh. Okay, dudes. They hold on for 1 more round. Let's see, man. I think it's just too late now, though, right? I think it's just too late now, man. Oh, God. Hang on for just a second. The game was supposed to end on round 9. But for some reason, Imperial didn't do quite enough damage here. Okay, I'm guessing that means that some kind of replay bug, maybe a little bit of RNG happened within the replay viewer itself. But yeah, the game's supposed to be over right now, and I'm assuming that Imperial just won the game in like 2 rounds of damage. Which is what this strategy can do. Okay, man. Alright, man. Let's do this. I think we're going to go ahead and take control of probably Red on this round, just because he's got the Acid Scorpions already online and he has Electromag Maximum with a good amount of upgrades available. I think Red has a pretty decent chance of picking up the win here in this final round. It's interesting because he's actually in last place right now. So if we were to just imagine that this was actually the final round of the game, he would need a total of 1,200 points in order to actually take the win. Or at least just demolish enough of Imperial's army that he could maybe deny Imperial from getting the win. Either way, man, let's go ahead and take take control of Red real fast. The unit selection actually offered up Stormcallers, Fortresses, rank 4 Stormcallers. I mean, Stormcallers with Electromag on them wouldn't be the worst thing against the War Factories as well. I guess we'll just deploy them like here and here-ish, just to take out our neighbors' melting points very, very quickly. So we're going to pick up range on those. We have a lone Farseer just here. That doesn't really need to be with us. It's the only one on the whole field. We're going to pick up Siege Mode. We're going to pick up Electromag. We're also going to upgrade all of the marksmen. Let's just get the money borrowed here as well, because we're definitely going to be needing that too. And what we probably want to do, to be honest, is just like abandon one side of the map completely, right? I think we just want to get the hell out of Dodge over here. Abandon that tower. Get on our bikes and just sort of head on over to this way. Grab the second mobile beacon. I've got to choose either a marksman or a scorpion. I think I'd rather drag the marksman as well. Just sort of pull us over in sort of this direction. A little bit of building help from this building. We've got exactly 250 supply left. We're abandoning one side of the map. It's not unreasonable to assume that some AI units are going to trickle on over here. And clap our cheeks if we're not careful on this right side. So I think a bit of building help there is fine. Okay, let's go ahead and end the deployment here. And just see if this makes any kind of difference. I do think Red can actually pull off this final round. He's just gotta live. Red just kind of had to live, right? If you can just keep the Scorpions and the Marksmen in fair condition, and keep him just a small amount of Fangs alive as chaff against the Phoenix Swarm, then I'm pretty sure that this little unit combo is just going to be able to mulch the War Factories, man. Now, I know this is like a very, very specific example, but you can be building towards something like this throughout the game if you suspect that the War Factories are going to come online pretty soon. Okay, so we actually end up losing the Vulcan. Honestly, the Stormcaller's doing a very, very good job for us, getting those Giants dead from a nice safe range. And okay, here comes the AI, dudes. Here comes the AI, man. Alright, I'm not going to speed the round up because it'll just make it an absolute cluster F for us to watch. So we're going to drop building very, very fast. This War Factory is actually greens on this far side. Okay, can we defend our own tower here from the AI? Is enough guys going to turn around? Oh. You know what? I think so, man. Not bad. The big bad melting point has actually gone down, so we just got a little ward of units here that we've got to take care of now. Hopefully we can get that done without losing too many nerds. Steel balls go up. Nice enough. That's good enough, man. That's good enough. Okay, so the Phoenix Swarm is on its way. The War Factories are absolutely pumping. We have like, what, 5 Acid Scorpions and maybe 5 Marksmen or something? Or 6 Marksmen left alive in this blob. A decent amount of chaff. Big point is now, though, that with Electromag, every single one of these Phoenixes that dies is dying a perma-death. Sadly, the Scorpions are pushing a little bit ahead here of the pack into the blob. This guy can just get off one shot. It's a big deal. Not quite able to do it. Are we going to have the Scorpion firepower to actually get this done? Is very, very rapidly becoming the question. As our marksmen continue to just eliminate the nerds. Now things are just going to speed up automatically, apparently. I didn't push any button there. Okay, we've got a little acid pool on the ground here. Dude, are the marksmen just going to do this on their own? The Electromag shots are going to make it so that they actually pulled this off. Oh my god, bro. So Red could have actually just won that final round. Ooh. Ooh, and he earned like 1,150 points-ish. I think if we optimized that just a little bit better, Red could have actually... He just needed like 1,200 points to go to first place from last in that round, right? I know it was around 9, so the game would have went on, but imagine that was around 10. Red could have won the game from that position against War Factory Cheese, bro. So you know what, man? I don't want to hear any more nonsense about, oh, this War Factory Cheese, oh, it's so uncounterable, dude. Oh my god, it should be, like, the developers need to look at it, man. They need to look at it. No, dude, like, you can come from last place as long as you've got, like, a few Scorpions and Marksmen on the field, and it doesn't have to be Scorpions and Marksmen. It could be Stormcallers with Electromag, and, like, I don't know, Phoenixes or whatever, you know? And you can make something happen. You can make it work, you know? As long as you identify the strat that's going on quite early on in the game, man. And just sort of plan accordingly, you know? Woo! Pretty pleased with myself that one worked out, but there you go. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. If you do have a crazy replay of your own, like big old Imperials here that you want to share and have potentially featured on the channel, then make sure to drop it in the official Mechabellum Discord in the Share Your Replay channel, and there's a decent chance-ish, anyway, that will happen, and we'll get to check it out. Alright. Thanks again, everybody. Hope you all did enjoy this one. And I'm going to catch all of you all just a tad bit later, man.